Welcome to the training. So excited to teach you 5 lessons for nurses turned business owners. So if you are a nurse, nurse practitioner, or health professional, and you are actively starting or growing a business, then this training is for you. My name is Heather Colledge. I have been in online business now for 11 years, and I've been growing our main program, Elite Nurse to Coach Academy, for the last 6 years. I've helped over 350 health professionals start and grow their businesses with sales, marketing, and systems for next level freedom. This is my specialty and what I absolutely love to do. So I'm really excited to share more about these 5 lessons for you that are specific to really help you move forward and have next level freedom in your business. So I know what it feels like to nap before a night shift with your stomach already in knots. This is how I felt every single day before my night shift. I was so anxious about going to the hospital. I had no idea what was going to happen. I was an ICU nurse for 8 years, and I was just so nervous. I didn't know what was going to happen. And then I would get there, and then sitting at the nurse's station, 3 a.m, looking around. All these nurses are like barely awake, sitting around, hearing alarms constantly, continuously. It's like, is this really all there is? After all those years of school, after all of the difficult struggles it took to get here, is this really it? And that's how I felt for 8 years working as an ICU nurse. Like, the care was real, the commitment was real, but the exhaustion was there too. Doing night shifts for 12 hours, being exhausted the next day. And I just really had this feeling that I was meant to do something more. I remember one night in particular, seeing myself in the mirror when I was in my patient's room, and I was like emptying their Foley bag at the end of the night, early morning. And I just caught a glimpse of myself, and I'm like, what am I doing here? Why am I still working in the hospital? I'm supposed to be doing something else. There's something more that I'm supposed to be doing. And I knew that I had to get out. I knew that I had to start growing, and I was held back by a lot of fear. So back in May of 2015, I started with a health and wellness network marketing company. I was with them for 5 years, was highly ranked in the company, had thousands in my downline. But I knew that I wanted to start something of my own. I wanted my own business where I was building it for me, for my family, and not someone else's dream. And but fear kept holding me back for several years. I had built this team, which allowed me to leave nursing and replace my nursing income. And so it was really scary for me to go out on my own and start my own business. But ultimately what happened is my dad passed away suddenly in 2019 in September. And that's what really opened my eyes as to how short life really is. And I knew that I would regret it for the rest of my life if I didn't start my own business. I had so much fear that it wouldn't work, fear that no one would hire me, that I didn't know enough, or wanting more meant something. Somehow I was ungrateful for what I already had. But that experience opened my eyes to make me stop waiting for the fear to go away. I knew that I had to do it scared. I knew that I had to just go for it. And so within 4 weeks of launching my own coaching business, I brought in 15,000 in sales, grew to 200,000 in the first year. And now we just crossed over 4 million in the last 6 years with my own business. So I love teaching other health professionals and nurses how to do the same. It didn't happen because I was fearless. I'm scared almost every day in my business. I'm nervous. Like, I do scary, uncomfortable things all the time. You have to just move forward and move through the fear, because it's not ever going to go away. And so just really understand that, like, you have to just have that sign, understand that this is for you, and you have to just go for it. The fear will never go away. So for that 8 years when I was working in the ICU, my husband and I were working alternating schedules. He's in law enforcement. So one of us had to be home with the kids to make sure that they were safe. We went long time stretches between seeing each other. But that was just normal for us, working nights, holidays, weekends, rotating shifts and schedules. We were rarely home together as a family. But I just took a look at our lives together, and I thought, is this really where I want to be in 20 years from now, 30 years from now? I didn't even want to be there 5 years from now. I was tired of working nights, holidays, weekends, 12-hour shifts away from my family, missing memories with my kids, and being away from my husband. I wanted to be able to work from home. I wanted to create income from home for our family. And I wanted to be able to help people on a deeper level away from the bedside. I did not want to go back to school. I did not want to become a nurse practitioner. I didn't want to become a personal trainer because all of those things would take me away from my house more. I just wanted to be home with my family. And this is like my place. I love it. And I'm a huge introvert. I actually love being home and being with my family. And so this is what I've been able to accomplish. So the 5 lessons that I have for you today are going to really help you move forward with having more freedom in your business. So number 1, you do not need a big audience. I was signing high paying clients long before I had a large following. In fact, most 7-figure entrepreneurs have a much larger following than I have. I have around 5,000 on Instagram, around 7,000 on Facebook. And that's actually really small, comparatively speaking to most 7-figure entrepreneurs. Especially at this level where I've earned 4 million in my business, like most business coaches at this level have like hundreds of thousands of followers. And so what actually matters is having a clear message and being willing to have real conversations, making human connection. Human connection and relationships will always matter more than the number of followers you have. You could have, and I see this all the time with our clients too. They'll come in with a brand new account they've never posted before, and they start signing clients, bringing in income. And that is possible regardless of how large or small your audience is. It really doesn't matter. Number 2, you do not need a fancy website. I had earned over $800,000 before I finally had someone build me a website. Every single client came through social media, like all of them, and a direct conversation. That's where the magic happens, is in the DMs. That's really where you're able to invite people to have a conversation with you. That's how you're able to build rapport, build that know, like, and trust, along with being consistent with your marketing. But you don't need a fancy website. For some reason, a lot of people think when they start a business, they need to have a website, they need to have a certification. These things aren't true. Number 3, you don't need to work on your business all day long, especially if you're working full time. So almost all of our clients in our Elite Nurse to Coach Academy are working full time, overtime. Many of them are in school. They're in an NP program, a master's program. They're in other coaching programs at the exact same time, and it can absolutely be done. They have kids, they have families, they're very busy. And that's how we've created our program, to make sure that you can still have time for your work, your family, your life, your school, anything else that you are involved in. We already know as nurses how to push through exhaustion, right? So building a business doesn't have to feel that way. When you are following a proven system and focusing on what actually brings in clients, 1 to 2 focused hours a day is enough. That is what will move the needle for you. And then it's up to you how much more, how much less time you want to spend on your business. And that's ultimately what will reward you in the end. The amount of effort and time you put in is directly related to the amount of success you have and the income and the clients. So it's up to you how much you want to put in. Number 4 is face your fears already. I talked about how scared I was to start and how scared I still am. I'm still uncomfortable. I'm still nervous all the time. When I do discovery calls, when I do trainings, when I'm a guest on a podcast, I still have those feelings of being scared. It will never go away. And I can promise you that. You have to face your fears and just do it. I put this off for years because I was scared, and I kick myself every single day for not starting sooner. So this is my message to you, to start before you feel ready. You will always be scared. There will always be fear. So just understand that, and you just move forward. You take action anyway. What finally moved me wasn't that feeling of being ready. It was realizing that waiting for the fear to go away first means waiting forever. I would be waiting forever, literally, for the fear to go away, because it never goes away. It's still here. So do it scared. Number 5, get a business mentor to avoid costly mistakes. I have invested over $200,000 in business mentorship, joining business programs, working with high-level business coaches, many who are earning $1 million a month in their business and more. So this is how you're able to have a roadmap of knowing what to do, what not to do, right? A great mentor gives you that roadmap before you figured out the hard way that you needed a mentor in the first place, right? I don't want you to make silly, costly mistakes, especially when it comes to your license. We want to make sure that you are safe, you are protected, you have guidance for the ups and downs of entrepreneurship, because this is nothing like being a nurse. This is nothing like clocking in and out as an employee. There's so much more to it than you recognize or realize. So it's going to be very important to make sure that you have a business mentor. Now, a business mentor is so important because You could go and hire any old mentor out there, but they're not going to teach you how to sell, how to market, how to get clients, how to actually make money. Inside of our academy, we also work on mindset at length. We have two mindset coaches. And we have a graphic designer. We bring in industry experts all the time, accountants, attorneys, Instagram, YouTube specialists, you name it, we bring them in. So you're learning from a variety of people, all the experts in the industry. So go ahead and click on that's not the right link that I just posted. Let me find the right one for you. So I will type in the chat. This is the link to my website. It's just www.heathercolledge.com. You can click on that link or go to the website. You'll be able to see all the information about ways that we can work together, how I can help you step into that next level of freedom, whether it's our cash flow kickstart, whether it is the Elite Nurse to Coach Academy or one-on-one coaching. My one-on-one coaching, I have one spot open. It's only reserved for people earning at least $5,000 a month in their business already. So go and check out heathercolledge.com. That will show you all the ways that we can work together and how I can help you. And the last thing that I want to share with you is, I talked earlier about how it doesn't matter how big or small your audience is. It doesn't matter how many followers you have. It doesn't matter how many people are liking or commenting on your posts either. This is one of the most common things that I hear from nurses and health professionals is this, and it's also a belief that kind of keeps talented, capable professionals waiting far longer than they need to, right? Social media has been the single most powerful tool in building my business for the last 11 years. I would say 95% of our clients come from social media. Probably 80% come from Facebook. And the rest are usually like a mix between LinkedIn and Instagram. So, and then we get a couple from YouTube and podcast. So social media has been the most powerful tool. And this is why I teach you how to do this organically. You don't have to be paying thousands of dollars to do paid ads. You can use social media for free and be advertising, be sharing value, speaking your truth, sharing your voice, making a difference in the world. Would actually move the needle for me was how to have the right conversations with the right people and knowing exactly how to take someone from interested to enrolled through the DMs. This is my specialty. I have sent probably hundreds of thousands of DMs to people over the last 11 years. This is the skill that is what built my multi-million-dollar business from my phone. It has nothing to do with how many followers I have. It has nothing to do with whether I have a fancy website. It has nothing to do with how big my audience is. A lot of times the nurses and health professionals, they see struggling to land clients and enroll paying clients. It almost always is the same gap. They know how to show up and create content, but they don't know how to have a conversation in the DMs. They don't know how to tastefully invite someone to a discovery call with them to then move them towards working together. This conversion happens in the conversation. You don't know how to have conversations with people and you don't invite people to a party, like they're not going to come, right? You have to invite people to the party. We have to invite people to work with us. We don't just wait around and hope that they show up to our party. If we open up a brand new business, brick and mortar, do we just sit around and wait for people to show up? Or do we go out and invite people to come to our store, come to our business, come and work with us, right? So I am going to be teaching you live on my masterclass next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern time, the exact DM strategy that has driven my business from the very beginning, that has allowed me to earn multiple millions of dollars in my business from my phone. So I'm going to be teaching you for the first time ever the exact DM script that I use, the exact DM strategy I use to enroll high ticket clients on a consistent basis. I will also be giving bonuses for live attendees. So if you want to attend, drop the word masterclass in the comments and I will send you a link, or you can come to my personal inbox, send me a message on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, anywhere we are connected, send me the word masterclass and we will get you that link. This is a private invite only live training next Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern time, teaching you the exact DM strategy that has made me over $4 million. So I cannot wait to see you there. Go ahead and comment masterclass for the private link. Come to my inbox, send me that word. And I am so excited to see you. Helen is on live. Hello, Helen. Helen says, so grateful for you in the Elite Academy. Maximizing social media with your help has been integral to changing and growing my business. Yeah, Helen has beautiful marketing, and Helen and I worked together 4 years ago. She's built her business to 6 figures. She's killing it, doing amazing. She's also a success coach inside of our academy, and we love Helen. She's so amazing. And Liz is one of my private clients. She was in our academy a couple years ago, and right now she's working with me one-on-one, and Liz is incredible. She is doing so amazing. I'm so proud of her. She signed 6 clients in 10 days of starting the academy. And we're just so excited to have you at the masterclass next week. So we will send you the link. Holly and Liz, so excited to see you there. Hope you have an amazing day. We will talk soon. Take care.